Well, I think obviously that's what rivalries are about. It was an unbelievable atmosphere in here tonight. I feel bad for our fans because they did everything they were supposed to do tonight. It's just great. We didn't give them what they came and paid for. I feel bad about that. But the reality of it is you got to give Detroit all the credit in the world. They played. I mean, Hogan was a beast. We had no answer for him. Isaiah got hurt early, and I think that really hurt us. He tried to gut through it, but he really couldn't. But the bottom line is you know, it doesn't matter if somebody's hurt or not. Oakland's got to go out there and play, and we just could not guard him, and they sped us up. You know, I never thought that they could do that to us, but I give them all the credit in the world because they sped us up, and we started taking awful shots, and they turned it into a pickup-like atmosphere. There were 44 possessions in the first half, which is, we're trying to play at 35, and there probably were a million more in the second half. I did not look at the stats before I came up here. So give them credit. They said they were going to do it, and they did it. And I tip my hat to someone when I see things like that. So I tip my hat to them.
Great. Questions for the student athletes, please?
Jalen, they forced 25 turnovers. Was there anything particular they were doing, especially in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they were pressing, you know, scrambling around, getting after us. But if that was on us, I think we weren't taking care of the ball. And that was just uncharacteristic from us. So got to learn from it.
We only averaged, through 4 league games, we were averaging 10 turnovers a game. So, I mean, it was not a concern of mine at all coming in. I think we handled the ball very well. I like our team a lot. And they did what they said they were going to do, so I tip my hat to them.
Yeah, you guys have been getting up 66 points a game. Was there something offensively that Jalil was doing that you guys just didn't have an answer for?
Oh, for me?
Yes.
He's a good player, man. Give him credit for being aggressive, but at the same time, we didn't do a good enough job following, the scouting report and, taking away his strengths and, making him go to his weaknesses. So, like I said, we got to do a better job. We get to see him again. We got to learn from this.
Sharon, it seemed like in the first half, Detroit was pressing, and it caused a little bit of unsettling in terms of the offense. Did the press surprise you, or what was it about their press that gave you guys so much trouble?
I mean, we knew that they was gonna press because they've been doing a good job of that the last 2 games. So I feel like we just careless with the ball. I mean, they had a good press, but we just gotta take it as we were just being careless with the ball. Not being ourselves.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Thanks, guys. Questions for Coach?
Greg, obviously you went away from Stevie Clark tonight. What was the biggest reason that you saw not having the game?
I just thought body language and all that kind of stuff. I gave him a chance to start the second half, and he dribbled it right off his foot out of bounds. He did not play at the level that we need him to play at in the first half, and I decided to go with some other people. And I thought Braylon played good until the last 10 minutes, and then played like a freshman in a game like that. He'd never been in before. But I don't discount Braylon at all. I thought he did a really good job for the circumstances.
Were you happy with how your team played under pressure late in the game?
They made a couple big shots. Jenkins made the curl shot, and Hogan was Hogan. I'm having a hard time remembering exactly what happened. I don't understand the 10-second call. I don't know if the clock started, I think if we go back and look at it, the clock probably started while the ball was rolling around on the ground because, I sure didn't seem like 10 seconds. Everybody in the place was like, what happened? You look up the shot clock and it said 20, and that's what the ref goes by. So my guess is we made a little mistake on the shot clock, which probably really hurt us at that time. I thought that was a big thing. But we probably should have been sprinting it up, and a veteran guard, not a freshman, a veteran guard can see it there and would have probably been aware of that. So that's just a growing process. Were we tough enough? Whenever you don't win the game, you want to question those things. But again, I'm a guy that likes to give the other guy credit. I think you give them credit. They played a great last 10 minutes of that game. I think we had a 6-point lead with 11 minutes to go or something like that. and they won the last 11 minutes. So give them credit, especially a team that hadn't won a game. I mean, in the league. So to do that, let's give them credit.
Jalil's been a decent player, but kind of what he showed tonight was something that hadn't been seen since he's been at.
Well, I said before the game, I think he's one of the best, if not the best, give the ball to player in the league on the block. I think Jalen's really good too. But one of the things that's happened for them by playing zone and pressing is that he's not, what they did to us is they sped us up. And they made us, play faster and take shots that we really should not be taking. And we were 21 of 30, I believe, from the 2. So when we took our time and got it in there, we scored at will. But we were 6 of 26 from the 3 because it was so easy to get it, and we're firing it up. And that's what they did, is they dictated the game. And that shouldn't happen to us. It did. But so Hogan now, because of the zones and because of that, isn't in one-on-one defense and isn't fouling like he was. The reason he has not put up numbers like this is because he's always been in foul trouble. If you follow them at all, you know that he's always in foul trouble. We couldn't attack that or try and get him in foul trouble because we were playing too fast. I mean, it was a long time before we even got the ball inside in the first half. But we had the lead, so we're thinking everything's great. We were heading 19-9. Then they came and got the lead, and then we got it right back to 10. So we're thinking everything's great, but what we were doing, we're planting the seeds to lose because we weren't running offense. We were just playing like a pickup game. And again, give them credit because that's what they wanted, and they accomplished it.
What was Isaiah's injury?
When he shot a free throw, the kid came in and checked him out and buried him in the hip. And it looks like he's got a hip pointer. And he just couldn't go. And I think that hurt us, but injuries are part of the game. Fouls are part of the game. Attrition is part of the game, and we've got to be able to make up for it.
In retrospect, did you have doubled Hogan more than you did?
I guess before I can say that, I'd have to watch the film. I mean, we led the whole game, right? We were ahead the whole game until 2 minutes, 3 minutes to go. So I don't think you make adjustments when you're, and do things, because now we were really guarding the 3 well, and that's what's really been their strength, is the 3-point shooting. And, that's what we were guarding. And so I'm sure, when you lose, you look back and wish you would have done this, but I don't know, So maybe in the last 3 minutes, if we doubled him and then you leave, number 1 or, one of those guys open, McFauley open, and bam, they make a 3, and then you go, why did I double him? So I think where he really hurt us was on a couple offensive rebounds late. I think what they really did is they got him a couple rebounds, and he got some putbacks and ones. How about them making their free throws, too? I mean, that's something they haven't done all year. But in league play, everybody's making them against us. UIC made 14 out of 16, and then 2 nights later at Cleveland State, they were 10 of 21 or something like that. I mean, teams are shooting 80% from the free throw line against us in league play. So, that'll all even out, though.
Do you you're going to work on that in practice? Free throw defense.
Free throw defense. I mean, teams are making plays against us, so give them credit. It's a loss, it's one you don't expect. It's one that you don't need at home. It's a hurtful one because it's Detroit. It's the first time Detroit's ever beaten us here. You pat them on the back and you get ready for Cleveland State. It's a long way to go. We still control our own destiny, and we still have a really good basketball team. I feel real good about this team, and we're going to learn from it, and we're going to get better.
Any more questions for Coach?
All right, thanks everybody.